What is the Sun Equinox heating system? The Sun Equinox heating system is a complete home heating system. This is a particular residential setup which consists of a 79-gallon Rotex Santa with pump station, a quiet side on-demand water heater, and a solar panel. This system is a domestic hot water system and a home heating system, which means that it can do all your domestic hot water needs as well as heat your house. The system ties in great with a radiant floor. As you can see, it does the radiant floor and powers the shower bathtub on the top floor. The system also works great in an existing forced air furnace, or if you have air handlers. As you can see, the hot water from the tank circulates to the forced air furnace, is blown up around, and it also does the hot water for the bathtub. So, why Sun Equinox? Well, standard hot water tank. It's prone to corrosion and rust. It only produces hot water. Has a very high chance of developing Legionella disease. Has a high standby loss and only produces so much hot water. Here's how a standard hot water tank works. Cold water is brought in, taken to the bottom of the tank. The water is heated by two electric elements. The water stratifies, and when the water is called upon, it's sucked out of the top and delivered. What happens is, after we keep taking water in the tank and taking it out and repeating this process, water gets in there and it sets, and it gives it a chance to settle and develop disease and buildup of rust and corrosion, as you can see right here. These are some hot water tank pictures. As you can see, the buildup and corrosion of the materials inside your tank that most people don't even realize this. So this is the Rotex Santa Cube. It's non-corrosive, it's unpressurized, it's all plastic, it has maximum heat retention, and it's impact resistant. It has 3 inches of foam insulation, which gives us -3 degrees of heat loss per day. It's a dual coil system. The first coil is the domestic hot water coil that is 92 foot long, and the heating coil that is 46 feet in length. The tank itself is manufactured in Germany. Germany is the leading solar country. It's a very small footprint. The tank is only 5 foot tall by 2 by 2, and it can basically fit about anywhere in your home. Take a closer look at this tank, take the cutaway, and we can see the plastic tank. We can see the domestic hot water coil, the heating coil, which is located behind the domestic hot water coil, and the 3 inches of foam insulation. Heating source. Our heating source is the Abacus Solar, which is an evacuated tube collector. This is an Australian-based company. They use evacuated tubes to heat the water. They work very well. They're very efficient collectors. They work great even in low-level temperatures where it could be freezing outside. We can still get hot water. The backup heat source is a quiet side on-demand water heater. It's capable of producing 120,000 BTU heat output. It modulates between 18,000 and 120,000. It's 91% efficient and has a max temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's talk about how the Sun Equinox system works and why it's better than other hot water heaters. This is the Sun Equinox. We saw this picture earlier. What happens when you remove this this is a pump cover with a controller mounted on the pump cover. Let's remove that. We'll see 2 pumps and a 3-way diverting valve. Now, we heat the water inside of the tank by sucking it out of the bottom, and depending upon the temperature in the collector, the water is transferred to the solar collector or to the quiet side on-demand water heater. 3-way diverting valve sends this water to the top of the tank. It goes, and there's actually a dip tube in there that sends that water to the bottom of the tank. Now, if it's not hot enough in the collector, it sends the water over to the quiet side ODW. That's an overall view of how the heat works. Now, here's a cutaway demonstration of the Equinox heating system. As we can see, obviously the 3-way valve and the controller and stuff is in there, so this is a little different display, but it's the same thing. Cold water is taken out of the bottom of the tank and sent to the collector on the roof. Now this isn't a glycol system, this is a drain back system. So there's never any chance of freezing or anything like that. When the water isn't in use in the collector, there's no water in the collector, it's all drains back in the tank. And as you just saw, the hot water came down in the tank. Now, the collector isn't hot enough, we send the water over to the quiet side ODW. Now that's heating the water inside of the tank. Now the water that we're actually going to use for our domestic hot water never comes in contact with that water. It actually only comes in contact with the coils. This blue dot represents the water, and it goes through the coil and circulates through the coil, through the tank. Picks up energy along the way because the water in there is very hot. It eventually changes and comes out very hot. Water entering temp could be 55 degrees Fahrenheit and it could leave at 140, which never is a buildup. There's never a chance for the water to settle and develop anything in there. The same with the heating. The water goes down through the coil, and this is what we use to heat our homes with. And this is basically an overall presentation of the Sun Equinox system. If you'd like to learn more, please contact us at info@sunequinox.com or visit our website at www.sunequinox.com, or feel free to call us 260-657-5605. We're located in Harlan, Indiana. Thank you.